After training and coaching over 1,000 leaders, I have uncovered 9 essential elements that every leader must consistently work on. And in this video, I'm going to show you what they are. You see, no matter how many people you lead, whether it's a team, organization, a country, or even a family, the first person you must master leading is yourself. And here's what I have found. Without a framework, you find it hard to get consistent results in your leadership effectiveness. And so over the last number of years, working as a learning and development professional, as a business and leadership coach and trainer, working with well over 1,000 leaders, I've put together a framework and I uncovered these 9 essentials that can help you grow as a leader. Now, here's the surprising truth. Most leaders struggle not because they lack skills or ambition, but because they haven't built a personal development framework that guarantees their growth, especially in a world that's getting more chaotic by the day. And I'm going to reveal what that personal development framework should look like. But before I go on, my name is Toyo Shimbi. I'm the founder of Business Leaders Coach, and we are on a mission to develop conscious business leaders, helping them to build businesses that flourish in today's fast-changing world without being overwhelmed. Now, what I am about to share is a framework that I call Lead Yourself First Framework, the 9 essentials that every leader must master. Now, it's designed to give you the strong foundation every leader needs, regardless of external circumstances. It breaks down into 3 core sections, and then 3 essentials are in each section. You ready? Let's get started. Number 1 is commitment. Now, this is the foundation of leading yourself. Great leadership starts with great commitments, and these are the non-negotiables that define who you are and how you grow. And so the number 1 essential is perspective. Now, this is the lens that shapes your growth. Everything that you do is shaped by your perspective. See, growth isn't just about learning new things, it's about seeing things differently. I mean, when you think about it, there was a time when people didn't know about germs, and now we wash our hands daily. And that's because there's a shift in perspective. The moment you realize that how you see the world determines how you lead, you'll never stop seeking new perspectives, because that is actually how we grow. Number 2, principles. Now, these are the unchanging laws of success. You see, life operates on principles, whether you acknowledge them or not. Let's take honesty as an example. It's not just a nice value, it's a principle that builds trust and credibility. When you violate principles, you face consequences. The more you understand and align your life with principles, the better you can navigate leadership with clarity and confidence. And that leads us to number 3, personal growth, the commitment to becoming better. Now, the best leaders are committed to lifelong growth. Now, I break this into your core, which is physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, character, competencies, and the ability to connect. And when you focus on any of those areas, you're working on your personal growth. Growth isn't just about learning. It was Alvin Toffler that said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So, if you don't commit to personal, consistent growth, your leadership ability will eventually become outdated. And this is why learning how to utilize AI is an essential leadership skill. But the question we've got to ask at this point is, what is your personal development growth plan? Let's go to section 2, clarity. What you must understand about yourself. Now, once you've established these commitments, you need clarity, because confusion leads to stagnation. So the first essential, which is number 4, is personal identity. Who are you really? Your identity shapes what you believe about yourself. If your identity is tied to a job title, then what happens when you lose that job? Do you lose your sense of self? This is why the first three commitments, perspective, principles, and personal growth, are so critical. They help you build an identity based on who you truly are, not just what you do. Then number 5 is purpose. Why are you here? Most people struggle with finding their purpose because they're looking in the wrong place. Purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming. When you understand yourself, your purpose becomes clearer and helps you prioritize what truly matters. And that nicely leads into number 6, which is priorities. This is where we focus on what matters most. You see, once you gain clarity on your purpose, your priorities naturally shift into place. Instead of being overwhelmed by everything, you start to filter out distractions and focus on the few things that create the biggest impact. And if you don't have clear priorities, you'll waste time on things that don't serve your purpose. I hope that you can begin to see that having clarity in these 3 essentials is necessary for you to become a confident leader. Section 3, we now talk about consistency, the daily habits of mastery. Now, let's talk about the things that you must consistently work on to stay effective as a leader. Number 7 is productivity, doing more with less, time and energy. These are your most valuable assets. Being productive isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Now, the key is to focus on the 20% of activities that drive 80% of results. That's the Pareto's law. So you must learn to delegate. You must learn to systematize and leverage resources to maximize your impact. And number 8, people, the skill of working with others. See, leadership is influence, and influence is about people. So the best leaders know how to see people correctly, that's the right perspective, learn from others, that leads to growth, and develop and mentor others, which leads to multiplication. The better you understand and invest in people, the greater your leadership impact. And number 9, which is practice. These are the habits of mastery. See, great leaders don't rise to the level of their goals, they fall to the level of their habits. And if you want to become a person of impact and influence, you need to practice daily the habits that lead to mastery. Now, in addition to these 9 essentials, I've uncovered 5 daily habits that I've written in an ebook. It's the 5 daily habits to making each day a productive one, a proven framework to lead with clarity in a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. You can get the links in the description below. You see, it's not what you do occasionally that matters, it's what you do consistently. So there you have it, the 9 essential elements of leading yourself first. First, we have commitment, which is you're committed to perspective, principles, and personal growth. And clarity, you need clarity on your personal identity, your purpose, and your priorities. And then consistency, which is productivity, people, and practice. So how can you use this right now? Well, what challenge are you currently facing? You can ask yourself, what is your perspective on this challenge? What principles are you not applying or do you need to discover? What do you need to grow in? Is it character? Is it competencies? Is it the ability to connect? And then how do you see yourself? What's your personal identity? A lot of leaders suffer from imposter syndrome. Answering that question, who are you? What is your purpose? And what are your priorities? I'm sure just by answering these questions, you can uncover what perhaps you need to focus on, and from that develop a plan of how you can grow as a leader. And so if you apply this framework, you'll be able to grow as a leader no matter what chaos is happening in the world around you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 9 elements do you need to focus on most right now? Let me know in the comments below. And so if you found this helpful, hit the like and subscribe button for more leadership insights, as I am going to be going deeper into each element. This is Toyoshun B, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.